RCC show presented by UVAP. Today we have very special guest Mr. Aman Nath. Mr. Aman Nath is a successful entrepreneur who has been active in his family's business, Raj Overseas, for the past 3 years. In addition to his involvement in the family business, Aman has pursued his interest in music industry, where he produced music for films and television for 10 years. In 2021, Aman founded SAM, a maximum sustainability venture with the innovative vision and idea of his wife, Sakshi Nath. The brand focuses on sustainable living and ethical consumption with commitment to reducing waste and minimizing environmental impact. Through SAM, Aman aims to promote sustainable practices and inspire others to adopt a more environmentally conscious lifestyle. In August 2022, Aman launched SAM Living in Dubai, which offers a range of sustainable home decor and lifestyle products. The brand has gained popularity for its unique and eco friendly products and is quickly becoming a go to destination for those who value sustainability. Aman's dedication to sustainability and his commitment to reducing environmental impact through his business venture is truly admirable. His success story serves as an inspiration to others who wish to make a positive impact on the world. So welcome Mr. Aman. So starting with सबसे पहले तो आप मुझे अपनी जर्नी के बारे में बताइए हाउ कम दिस मतलब पहले आपने म्यूजिक इंडस्ट्री में भी थे एंड देन एक बिजनेस सक्सेसफुल बिजनेसमैन के साथ होने के साथ साथ यू आर आल्सो कंसर्न अबाउट एनवायरनमेंट व्हिच इज रेयर तो अपनी पूरी जर्नी के बारे में बताइए हाउ कम आपका इतना एनवायरनमेंट के लिए इतना मतलब यू आर सो मच कंसर्न अबाउट एनवायरनमेंट
सर एक्चुअली शुरू से मेरा हमेशा ये रहा ही है ऑल्दो आई मीन आई हैव ऑलवेज बीन कनेक्टेड विद दिस इंडस्ट्री बट एज यू सेड ऑफिशियली मतलब 3 साल हुए हैं मुझे ये काम करते हुए बट आई हैव बीन इन द म्यूजिक इंडस्ट्री फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम and there also I have worked as a producer, so I like to focus on the how we create the end product and what
करेक्ट
impact does it have, how much is positive impact, how much is the negative impact.
जी
So just like in the music industry, when we let's say if we go back to the 70s and the 80s, everything was live. We used to do a lot of acoustic recording. There was a lot of many hands were employed. There were real instruments. After that, things got digitized. A lot of jobs got taken, and the same way, in textile industry also, many methods have changed where we have stopped taking into account human resources, value of human life, employment, and also our environment. See, because what happens is, no matter what industry we talk about, the more we start reducing the organic elements from there, uh, it starts to create a negative impact on the overall lifestyle in the bigger picture. So
जी
I've always had a love, even today also. I love to see that of course we have great technology, we have great machinery for everything, but I love to see interaction and interdependence, coexistence of people and of nature especially.
करेक्ट So, sir, what is the importance of sustainability in context of textile industry?
Sustainability, sir. First of all, I'd like to say, in today's date, sustainability is a very trending term. Lots of people like
Correct.
to be associated with it. But
Yes.
I
Right.
think this issue has been very delayed in being addressed, and many people have made many efforts. So first of all, I'd like to say that in my opinion, when we think about sustainability, we should always take into account a long-term vision.
Correct.
When we talk about textiles, textiles is one of the most polluting industries.
Correct.
And another thing is that it's when we talk about textile products, like for example, what we manufacture in Raj Overseas and in SAM, We are producing products which are uh, not only serving a utilitarian purpose, but also, it has a design value. It is something that people want to buy so that they can beautify their homes.
correct,
So in the beautification process, uh, we sometimes end up ignoring a lot of aspects, which can go into designing, which can go into the production, to reduce costs, to catch up with the competition. So uh, that is when sustainability gets a little neglected also.
correct,
And uh, in sustainability, we should not only think about the usage and the production of these products, and the various processes that are involved in creating the products, but we also have to look at waste management, because of the fashion industry, because in a way, it's very much a part of the fashion industry as well. So when there is fast changing fashion, there is a lot of fast consumption, and also disposal. So it is very important that we look at waste management also, along with the creation and the usability of the products. So in the I mean, if I sum it up, we have to start thinking more responsibly towards our environment, and we have to start living more responsibly, so that we ensure a better health for the society, for our environment, and
correct.
the whole thing in
Hmm.
as a bigger picture.
राइट। सर जैसे आपने एक पॉइंट डिस्कस किया कि मतलब इंडस्ट्री में दिस इज कॉमन प्रैक्टिस की कॉस्ट बचाने के लिए या तो कंपटीशन है या तो टाइम की कमी है, तो या मे बी फैशन को फॉलो कर रहे हैं, तो इसमें आई जस्ट वांट टू नो कि व्हाट आर द सम प्रोडक्शन प्रोसेसेस इन टेक्सटाइल व्हिच वी नीड अटेंशन, लाइक कॉमन टेक्सटाइल प्रोडक्शन प्रैक्टिसेस दैट हैव ए नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट ऑन एनवायरनमेंट, तो ऐसी क्या प्रैक्टिसेस फॉलो होती है?
तो सर इसमें एक्चुअली दो तीन मेजर प्रोसेसेस हैं. वन इज डाइंग, and the other is the use of leather, because these are two things which are a very major which play a very major role in the textile industry. uh, Personally, I can speak more about dyeing, because I mean, our work is more related to fabrics and how we color them.
करेक्ट,
So dyeing is one thing, sir, which involves a lot of water pollution and soil pollution, and a lot of hazardous chemicals are released. And uh, unless uh, like there are a lot of people, where synthetic dyes are being used, and it's not that I'm against synthetic dyes or anything. All processes are good if they are used correctly and
करेक्ट,
responsibly. So there are a lot of dyeing units जहाँ से कि जो वेस्ट वाटर जो हमारा बाहर जाता है, उसके अंदर काफ़ी सारे हैजर्डस केमिकल्स होते हैं. एंड उस चीज़ को तभी किया कंट्रोल किया जा सकता है व्हेन वी आर यूजिंग थिंग्स लाइक सर्टिफाइड एजो फ्री डाइज, एंड ऑल्सो दैट we try to ensure that how we are filtering the uh, uh, water disposal. So that is
करेक्ट,
one thing where a lot of places this process is neglected, कि
करेक्ट,
आपने अपना रिजल्ट अचीव कर लिया, बट जो चीज़ हम डिस्पोज कर रहे हैं, उस चीज़ को हमने उतना ठीक से चेक किया कि आर वी डिस्पोजिंग इट टू अ सर्टेन स्टैंडर्ड वेयर एटलीस्ट इट विल नॉट contribute towards pollution and towards health issues, diseases.
करेक्ट। सो
So
so how can we improve it? So maybe asking on your terms ki in Raj Overseas or Sam, how do you manage this part, and आपने ऐसी क्या चीजें implement की कि इस चीज को control करने के लिए?
So, sir, over the years, one thing we have really taken into account is that, especially in Raj overseas, for our dyeing, we reuse a lot of our water.
Okay.
Like once, let's say, a yarn is dyed, and let's say, now that water will completely go to waste. So we have applied techniques where we can reuse the same water to again dye another color of the yarn. And also we have installed a plant which involves a reverse osmosis process. So when we are disposing of our water, it is 90% free of all the hazardous chemicals. And also that we are currently using certified dyes only. We only use certified
Okay.
azo-free dyes. And in the future also, we are planning to also go into waterless dyeing, where there are techniques like digital dyeing and nano dyeing, which can even not only just reduce water, but we can eventually do waterless dyeing. And in some, most of our fabrics, we have gone back to the old tradition of natural dyeing. So we are using plant-based dyes, and those are food grade dyes. So, even if you have a product that is lying in your home and there are small children playing about in your house, even if they put it in their mouth also, you know,
Okay.
you can be assured that it's absolutely safe.
Okay. सो यू हैव ऑलरेडी आंसर्ड माय नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. मेरा नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन ये था कि टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्री में वाटर बहुत यूज होता है, तो वाटर पोल्यूशन एंड वाटर यूजेज को कैसे कम कर सकते हैं. यू हैव
जी,
ऑलरेडी आंसर दैट टू ट्राई टू रीयूज योर वाटर एंड देन प्लस नाउ दैट यू आर ट्राइंग टू गेट इनटू दिस कि जिसमें कि वाटरलेस डाइंग स्टार्ट हो जाएगी.
yes,
So
sir.
I think you have
And
already answered that question. Yeah.
actually, as far as the water issue is concerned, of course, there is reusability. And another point of my inspiration specifically is that, in Europe, in Germany, Amsterdam, there are a lot of units now who have achieved a state where, as you all know, that in Europe, tap water is consumed for drinking also.
Yes.
So even the dying units have achieved results where they can freely release uh, use the water that is being used for dyeing. They are
Yes.
releasing it into the mainstream rivers.
Okay. Okay.
So even to the point where that water has been made drinkable also.
ओके. सो मतलब अगर जस्ट जस्ट ऑन द क्यूरियोसिटी पार्ट की ऐसी क्या टेक्नोलॉजी है जो इंडिया में शायद हम इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, जो यूरोप में उन्होंने, इज इट लाइक वेरी एक्सपेंसिव और या इंडिया में लाइक देयर ब्लॉकेज, ब्लॉकेज मतलब मे बी ब्लॉकेज हो सकता है गवर्नमेंट साइड से भी, बट
नहीं
इंडिया में
सर,
इम्प्लीमेंट कर पा रहे हैं.
गवर्नमेंट साइड से ऐसा कोई ब्लॉकेज का इशू नहीं है. ऑफ कोर्स दीज मशीनरी एज ऑफ नाउ, दे आर कॉस्टली. Cost is a
ओके.
major factor, of course, but also, a lot of people unfortunately are yet not, it's not in their education also, where they are talking about sustainability. One
राइट.
thing is that we can talk about sustainability as much as we want, but we also have to implement it in our education system, where new students who are going into textile engineering, into waste management, and also consumers, both,
जी.
the education system also has to make it important. It has to incorporate sustainability into their curriculums as well.
यस, दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट. यस. एंड
So
मोर
that
ओवर
is.
आई हाँ, आई बिलीव कि एक अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर भी इतना बड़ा है इसमें कि दैट अगर आप नॉर्मली किसी मार्केट में जाते हैं, यू मतलब विद इन दैट मार्केट यू फाइंड लाइक 10 शॉप्स जो डाई कर रहे हैं वहीं पे कपड़े बैठ के, मतलब लोकल
Easy.
ओपन में.
And we
तो
don't know the standard of those dyes, whether those dyes are tested whether they are certified or
Yes.
not, are they ASO free or not. And आप जिस चीज़ की बात कर रहे हैं, ये चीज़ बहुत कॉमन है, एंड a lot of people who are not educated, they are
True.
just disposing of that water without thinking that
Correct.
what will happen in future, what is the long
Mm.
term impact of this.
Okay. And sir, at your company, what step have you taken in your work for creating a healthier environment?
So lately we have been trying out a lot of new experiments, especially uh, when it comes to fabrics. We have discovered a wide range of alternatives to synthetic fabrics. uh, देखिए, जितना आप नेचर से जुड़े रहेंगे, उतना ज़्यादा जब आप नेचर में कोई चीज़ वापस देंगे, तो वो उतनी अच्छी तरह उसको एक्सेप्ट भी करेगा। फॉर एग्जांपल, okay, like let's say we talk about synthetic materials, say like for example polyester. Polyester, when you dispose it, it takes way too long to biodegrade, as opposed to organic cotton or simple cotton. So of course India is a major producer of cotton, wool, silk, and these are some materials that we have already been using, and we do continue to use them and even blend them together, as it does not have a negative impact on the environment. But also we are working with a lot of interesting materials. For example, we're using bamboo, we are using hemp, corn, lotus, rose and orange fabrics, where like there are some major advantages to these fabrics. For example, let's say if you make a towel out of bamboo, if you are using bamboo, the absorbency is 3 times more than cotton itself. So that is a very beautiful feature that it provides. Hemp, cotton, sorry, hemp and corn, these are some fabrics which are very light and airy. So even if you use them for making clothes also, and like for example, we have experimented with cushion covers, table mats, table runners.
Correct.
So they work very well with that. So in that way, we have been able to be more organic and sustainable when it comes to our choice of fabrics. And also when it comes to leather products, because leather is also very it's a very widely used material. From your uh, you can make a bag, a wallet, a cushion, to all your car upholstery, whether you talk about real animal leather or fox leather. It has its uh, disadvantages, it has its pollution. In that, especially my wife, she has really gone a long way and discovered a lot of vegan leathers. So vegan leathers are completely plant based, and
Yes. Yes.
there are four of these which we are using specially, which are cork leather, cactus leather, mushroom leather, and coconut leather.
Okay.
So, for example, coconut leather, if I say, uh, it's a product of India. It's been developed in South Kerala में इसका बहुत ये बनता है material,
जी.
and it uses the entire coconut, not only just the shell. It uses the fiber, it uses the waste coconut water also. वो सारा मिला के इसका एक इतना अच्छा रोबस्ट फैब्रिक बनता है कि आप इसके एक पूरा बैग बना सकते हैं। वैसे ही आप मशरूम और कैक्टस, इन फैब्रिक्स को आप यूज़ करेंगे, इनकी टेंसाइल स्ट्रेंथ इतनी अच्छी है कि आप इसकी पूरी अपहोल्स्ट्री बना सकते हैं। इमेजिन हैविंग
Wow.
योर कार सीट्स, यू नो having zero synthetic materials,
Right.
you just
Correct.
made from plant based.
Mm. And look wise also they are quite similar to original leather.
Original leather, they are not only similar look wise, they have their own very interesting characteristics. For example, cork
Okay.
leather, कॉर्क का अपना जो टेक्सचर होता है वो बहुत ही सुंदर होता है।
जी,
एंड इसका इवन जो इसका एक्सट्रैक्शन प्रोसेस भी है, दैट इज़ वेरी गुड फॉर द ट्री, बिकॉज after every 8 to 9 years, when we remove the bark of the oak tree, then
हम्म,
we get उससे हमारा ये कॉर्क लेदर बनता है। And with every bark, the first bark, the second bark, and the third bark, the quality and the look is very different. It has its own unique texture. It's a wonderful thin fabric, very easy to print on. So if you're using good quality inks, or you're using, incorporating even traditional printing methods like block printing, screen printing, all of this can be used to achieve any design on these. And
okay,
especially when it comes to cactus leather, it's e- I can very confidently say that it's even softer and smoother than real leather.
okay. And in terms of cost, are they like similar or
So
like cheaper
right
than?
now, so I'll tell
Mhm.
you about this because this is one thing, one area where we ourselves have been, struggling, and I wouldn't say fighting, but we are trying to, get people to understand that, see, cost is one thing, that we all know, simple theory of demand and supply.
Ji,
Right now, people are not very much aware of these fabrics. There are a
ji,
lot of vendors who are out there in the market, even in India, who are, and India is also producing a lot of these fabrics itself. So that is just a question that, as of now, yes, definitely the cost is little more than normal leather,
Mhm.
and
Correct,
of course much more than fox leather. But I very strongly feel that if this is promoted in the right way,
correct,
then it will be accessible very easily, to to any sector of of
right,
of the society.
right. As much जैसे जैसे उसकी इकोनॉमीज ऑफ स्केल बढ़ेंगी, डिमांड बढ़ेगी, देन नेचुरली कॉस्ट डाउन आ जाती है उसके अंदर।
G. And just to give
Right,
you a very brief example, like especially with the cork leather, uh, as of now, not so much in India, but Portugal, it's amazing that the way they are using cork leather and the way they have accepted it into their lifestyle is that they are even making, slippers, bags, and all kinds of accessories with cork leather. And it's very
correct,
beautiful to see that this change is happening. And because of that, it's the costs are very easy to match. And even for that matter, in India, this particular one material is where people do easily agree.
correct. And moreover, at least we are saving on that animal cruelty part. So that we
The
are going.
animal cruelty part is also being saved, sir. And when it comes to the animal leather, uh, the processing part, uh, again, the waste management and the processing, that causes a lot of water and soil pollution.
Correct,
And harmful gases like ammonia are released into the atmosphere.
right,
So the more we can avoid it, the idea is, when we are talking about sustainability, we want to try and connect more with nature, and avoid some of the practices which can be uh, hazardous.
right. So coming on your product portfolio, so how does the end user benefit from your products?
So for the end user, sir, there are many things to benefit from. And I'd like to say that one thing, one very major point that the end user will definitely benefit from is knowing what they are bringing into their homes. Whether we talk about a product like a cushion cover, whether we talk about any kind of upholstery, whether we talk about mats, runners, or although we are not into garments, but even when it comes to buying clothes, when someone knows that this is something that will not only look good but will also last long, and in both ways. Of course, in the sense of durability when they are using it, and also when they dispose it, that it will still last because it can be
Correct.
converted into something else. Maybe it may not be able to, after recycling or reusing, it may not provide the same look again, but it can definitely be used in another aspect of things. For example,
Correct.
if you say, like we make a cushion, you know let's say with any of these materials, and then it is thrown away. The biodegradability of these materials is much easier than synthetic materials. So it also creates a sense of responsibility, and person is guilt free.
Correct.
And some of our materials that we are using, they also promote better health, sir. For example, cork leather, mushroom leather, these are wonderful when it comes to health issues, because they are allergy free, and
Correct.
they also have antibacterial qualities. So,
Hmm.
even if people who have sensitive skins, if you are buying a cushion cover and you are using it, even those who are a little more sensitive will not be affected. And the maintenance of these materials is very low. It's as easy as, like, you don't have to get it dry cleaned, you don't have to wash it. Just a simple wipe with a wet cloth does the job.
Right. एंड आई वाज कमिंग टू सेम पॉइंट ओनली कि जितना आप नेचर के मतलब करीब रहेंगे फॉर मेकिंग दिस क्लोथ्स वो अपना स्किन फ्रेंडली भी रहेंगे प्लस यू विल जैसे कि आपने बताया कि एलर्जी नहीं होती उसमें हेल्दी होते हैं स्किन के लिए
G.
तो
And
दैट्स नेचुरल.
another very interesting thing, in like, let's say, what we have understood about rose and orange fabric is that, there are, especially these two fabrics, this has a very special quality to it कि इसकी जो fragrance है वो 20 washes तक almost वो as it is रहती है. So, when you bring a product into your home, which is made of, orange fabric or rose fabric, it'll not only, make you feel good, look wise, but also, it'll have a subtle fragrance to it.
Wow, so I will definitely check about your portfolio. What we will do is कि हम आपका portfolio and everything, we will give all the details in description so that people can go on your website and check out your products. And
Sure,
if they like it, they can surely order or connect with you, or either they can connect through us also, and
definitely, sir. It would be
we'll
our
do that.
pleasure.
And talking about some like fabrics, so is there like some fabrics are more sustainable than others? One thing is like example आपने एक दिया ही मुझे, जैसे पॉलिस्टर का था, यू सेड कि पॉलिस्टर की लाइफ इज लाइक जब उसको हम डिकम्पोज करते हैं तो इट टेक लॉट ऑफ टाइम. सो
Yes.
इज देयर या.
Definitely. Even when it comes to sustainable fabrics or sustainable yarns, which we are used to manufacture different products. So, see, when it comes to sustainability, one thing to consider is the to match the cost of what the client is demanding. So even in some cases, where we are using certain fabrics, like, let's say we if we are mixing polyester with cotton, even if it's a 30/70 ratio, polyester to cotton, it's still there. And sometimes, when we are even using recycled fabrics, like, for example, one thing that we use very widely is uh, pet yarn, that is made from the fibers of crushed plastic bottles. So
ओके.
that, after recycling, it is converted into the fiber, and then fiber into yarn to create various products. So definitely, it's a sustainable material, but there are definitely more sustainable materials. When we talk about completely natural, let's say if we talk about bamboo, we talk about lotus, or orange or cotton, it's definitely far more sustainable. And another material that I would mention in this is coconut leather. Coconut leather uh, is amazing because literally once it is disposed, it can biodegradable. It is 100% biodegradable within 150 days. So that is a very
Okay.
short span of time. So yes,
Right.
I do agree that even if we are using sustainable materials, some are more sustainable than others for sure.
Right. So coming on this textile industry, so what are sustainability issue in textile industry?
So again, I would like to say that one major thing is a lack of awareness. uh,
Correct.
People have to be first of all aware that you know that sustainability is important, because at the end of the day we are talking about depleting resources. And
Correct.
the other factor is that there are some people who are very much aware, who like the alternate materials and the sustainable materials, but they are not yet quite convinced to pay. So
Right. Agree.
uh, so it has to be, it can only uh, achieved through education and by spreading awareness that
Correct.
sustainability is something that is a need of the hour. And it is not only been the need of the hour now, it has been there always. And that we must educate both our students and our consumers, so that in their thought process also, they when they are buying something, they don't just buy it based on traditional analysis of things, like just by simply looking at cost, just by simply looking at profitability, but also to kind of inculcate a sense uh, that we have to make sure that what we do lasts long and has a positive impact on our environment.
Right. Right.
And
So that was only my. So yeah, please go ahead.
yes, and another thing is, of course, about waste management. How we dispose of things. So the thing is that when we sell something, uh, that is at a price where you think that okay, I can buy this now and I can throw it after 5-6 months. So in that case there is a lot of overbuying which happens, and this is a practical
Right.
problem. And overbuying not only affects the business, but it also affects the supply chain, the human resource chain. Everything gets affected because of this. And if we do not understand that we need to that what we bring into our homes can be used for a long time. you know if it is not being used for a long time, it will be disposed faster. And the faster it will be disposed, the responsibility of the waste management industry becomes much greater, and the burden becomes higher.
Correct.
And then there is also the idea of reusability. So
Hmm.
there are it's just a mindset, that there are a lot of things that we consume, but we are not willing to reuse, or we are not willing to buy the idea that this has come from a recycled material. For
Correct.
example, if it's a plain packing of something, a cardboard box, which we know that, yeah, we are just going to open this and get rid of it, we are okay with that.
Right.
But we may not be okay with a product coming in, which says that this is a recycled material.
Correct.
It can
That
sometimes
happens.
be a
वो
psychological
psychology
problem.
रहती है. Right.
It can sometimes
We
just
don't
be a
even go for, yeah, we don't even go for refurbished products when we see
exact.
on any website. So that happens. Psychology.
So that shortens the life of those products, those materials. and thus affecting the whole production and supply chain of it.
Correct. So, so thank you so much for this session. मेरे को अगर just एक brief में अगर if you just want to give us a brief of full session कि how we as a consumer can make more sustainable choices when it comes to buying textile or how we can contribute for this cause. उसको अगर एक brief में अगर आप बता पाएं तो पूरा.
Definitely. Because this is something that is on our minds as producers of these products and materials. So I would definitely say that we definitely need to be aware that uh, our resources are depleting fast, our pollution levels are exceeding hazardous levels. So as consumers and as producers, we need to make sure, we cannot only think about our own benefits and our own agendas, but we have to definitely keep the planet in mind and the life of others. uh, and in that case, sustainability plays a very important role.
Correct.
So when we are buying something or producing something, uh, the more uh, we are keeping nature into consideration. And in fact, I'd like to say, even when it comes to employment, with a lot of synthetic products and modern machinery, although we are guilty of using them ourselves and everybody is, but we should incorporate some old techniques like natural dyeing, a lot of hand uh, embroidery, because that involves a lot of skilled people and artists
True.
also.
Correct.
It benefits them, it gives them employment. So
True.
I feel
Right.
that we should consider our existence with nature
Right.
and with people in mind whenever we are thinking about sustainability and we are uh, consuming or producing products.
Right. So thank you so much. And for our viewers, we should think about waste management. जबरदस्ती कपड़ों को होल्ड नहीं करना चाहिए, रीयूज करना चाहिए मटेरियल, प्लस कॉस्ट को ना देख के we should be more focused on कि एक एनिमल क्रुएल्टी प्रोडक्ट भी है उसको भी we can ignore. And you should definitely check out आपके पोर्टफोलियो में रोज एंड ऑरेंज जो आपने फैब्रिक बताया. I will definitely check that out. And
Please
coconut
do.
leather also. Yes. So
Definitely.
thank you for so much for this session. It was a wonderful session. And
Thank you so much for your time,
जो
and
भी
thank
हमारे viewers, yeah,
you.
जो भी हमारे viewers would like to get in touch with Aman, you can drop in your comments. We will get in touch with Aman and आपको connect करा देंगे अमन के साथ. और we will send like we will put all the details in description also. You can directly contact Aman also.
Sure.
Right, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the
Yes, and you
opportunity.
are working for a good cause.
Thank you. And I hope I can continue to do so.
Yeah, you will for sure. Okay.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Namaste.